Hey everybody, this is Craig from 9 Volt Games, and today, I guess I'm going to do a wildly unpopular video. I've been asked about the physical collection. I'm petting a cat right now off camera. See? Ugh. Anyway, I'm not going to redo that intro. So, I've been asked to do a video about the whole physical media debacle. Here you go. I don't think I'm as upset as everybody else. I tried to do this video 2 weeks ago, and although the video didn't do well over here, it did extremely well over on Instagram of me snapping my Doom disc in half when I simply went to go get it out of the case. It was like adhered to the center clasp, so when I pulled it, it snapped in half. And it was really hard to sit down and do a video justifying keeping physical media when that shit happened literally right before. I was trying to do a cool intro where I was like putting the games into the consoles and being like physical forever. And then I was like, well, all right, I'll order another one. And the shit for the version that I had was $40. And I was like, I'll just get Final Doom or something. And then another person was like, one less in the wild or some shit like that. It's stupid. I don't know. So I have to, I guess, assume some of the blame for what's happening for myself, and people like me. I know that I'm in the minority when it comes to this, but I have 1,100 games that I bought just when I got my PS5. No, that's not true. PS4 to PS5. I don't know fucking how much is on my PS3. There's hundreds of games on my PS3. My Xbox has got to be close to 1,000 games. My Switch has got to be close to 100 digital. It has to be, because everyone in my house buys stuff on the same account now. Well, me and my kids do. And we buy a lot of digital. And a lot of the games that I play nowadays, they only come digital. So I know I rib at PC people on here, but I mean, I'm staring at a tower right now. There's a desk right behind me. And then my son's got a really banging fucking laptop. Like, we play PC games in this house. It just doesn't dominate our time. Consoles do. But when I was a kid, I was more heavy into PC than anything because my Uncle Mike, who lived down the road, he was like the main IT guy for the governor. So he was big on technology. And anytime something new, like graphic pushing or just limit pushing or anything like that, my Uncle Mike, he was younger dude, so he was in his 20s when I was a kid, and me and my cousins all lived on the same road, and me and my cousin Jay used to play video games, so he would call me and my cousin Jay to come down. Like the day he got a Sega Saturn, he when they dropped it at E3 and they were like, it's in stores now, he's one of the people who got one. And we go to his house and see the Sega Saturn. And I remember when he played MDK2 at like max settings, and he invited me over, and we had ordered pizza and played MDK2. And I think I ended up bringing over a Dreamcast, and we played Dead or Alive for a while. It was fun times. But then the consoles, to me, I know it's not true, but consoles started keeping up with PC in terms of what was interesting, not necessarily technologically, because that will never be true, but what was interesting on the consoles started to outweigh what was on PC. It's like, I don't care about good graphics. I want to play a Final Fantasy, and they're not on PC yet. However, in high school, they were on PC. I got a cease and desist letter when I was in high school from Nintendo, because I used to host ROMs on my Geocities site. So I've been heavy into emulation since I was a teenager. Maybe a little before, because I went to my friend Austin's cousin's house once. We were going to sleep over at his house, but we had to stop there first, and he had all these bootleg PS1 games. And I asked him how he did it, and I must have been like 11 years old. And I asked him how he did it, and then I asked my friend if we could go back to his house, and then I learned how to do it. So if I can't get something physical, I'm going to get it. It doesn't matter. Um, and that's kind of like the games that I have now on PS5. It's like, okay, well, I have everything downloaded on a hard drive. I have backups of backups of backups. So, I mean, like, you want to take my rights away to it? I still have them, and I will play them. You're not going to stop me. I feel bad for the people that don't want to go to the extreme that I go to, like, protect their stuff. It's mine. I bought it. I will play it however I see fit, especially if I bought it. You ain't gonna fucking tell me, you can come to my house? No, it's never happened. But anyways, back to the PC one. So I remember when there was a section at every store in the video game section. It was just PC games, and they had their own section. They were never in the glass section that the consoles were. Out of these big boxes, and I remember Doom 2 coming in this massive box in my. I used to have this game called Silent Steel, and it was an FMV game for PC, and it had 6 discs, and I had this big box, and I really, really liked this game for some reason. I don't like submarines or any of that shit. Maybe it was telling me what I was going to be doing in the future. Who knows? But my Uncle Mike bought it, and he scratched the 3rd disc in. He bought it. He borrowed mine. He scratched the 3rd disc in. And I was really bummed out, but he was a cool uncle, so I didn't get mad at him. And he got me back by getting me the big box for Doom 2. Oh my fucking god. I was so happy. It was like the best thing ever. So like when I think about the physical media whatever nowadays, I think of that. I think of getting Sparkster on Sega Genesis. I think of opening up Mortal Kombat 2 on Sega Genesis on Christmas Day. All that type of shit. Getting my PlayStation 1 and then opening Crash Bandicoot and Duke Nukem with it. Like, that shit was great. And you can't do that with a fucking gift card. And you can't do that like when I tell my sons, be like, hey, look on your Switch. There's a new game on there. It's not the same thing as fucking holding it in your hand and being like, this is mine. Because when I say, hey, we got a new game on there you can go download, it's not theirs. It's not mine. It's fucking Nintendo's, and I'm streaming it, or I'm downloading it off of their thing. So I understand that aspect of it. But as far as it goes with my collection, I don't collect. It's not my hobby. I have a big collection because I like to have things. I mean, now it's turned into, like I said, most of the games that I play don't have physical releases at all because they're just ports of something from Steam, and I should just be playing it on Steam. But I remember when game boxes went away. Wow, I stuttered. I remember when I stuttered twice while saying stutter. I remember when big game boxes went away on PC and people were upset. And then now you look at Steam. It's the norm. It would be weird to have physical game. People would be like, no, I want my Steam sales. But the problem is, PC gets excluded from this conversation because Steam's prices match the fact that it's a digital ownership. If you can get a game on Steam, I check this all the time. If I want to buy a game on Xbox or PS4, and it's cheaper on Steam, and it's something my family's gonna play, I will actually tell my wife, be like, hey, this game's fucking $15 on Xbox, but it's $2.99 on Steam. Let's get it on Steam, right? That's how pricing should be for PlayStation and for Xbox, and it's not. They have sales all the time, but if you're on the consoles as much as I am, and I'm on both pretty evenly now, the sales are the exact same. Sometimes they rotate out a week or a month apart from each other, but they're the same thing. And the games that have the physical copies in the stores are still like fucking $80 digitally. If you want to take away physical media, fine. But you need to do something about your pricing. Because if your justification is that, it's going to save money, be like, who's it going to save money for? If it's going to save money for the consumer, okay. But there needs to be like a new set of rules. Because I'll be fine with all my games. If you fucking shut the PlayStation 5 or shut the PSN down right now, I have 95% of my collection, and I will just emulate it. And I heard that the emulation scene on PS5 is thriving right now because of what you guys did. So, yeah, that's fun. That's what I use my PC for. So, anyways, let me go back into the collection part. I have a great collection. If I sold all of it right now, I can pay off my car and have a nice ass fucking down payment on a house. And boy, let me tell you something. Because of the prices of housings, I have actually considered selling 95% of my collection. Just to get in something real sweet and have a good pad of money. Because some days I'll go to, I haven't done this in a while, but some days I go to a flea market and I come home with a Game Boy and some Game Boy games, or a Game Boy Advance. I'll go to a vintage game store, go get a Game Boy Advance, and then I'll go online and I'll get one of these. Right? It's so much better to just get a flash card and blah blah blah. I don't enjoy hunting games. I feel bad for the people whose hobby is that. But that's not my hobby. My hobby is just playing games. I will get the same enjoyment going to a flea market or a tag sale finding a vintage game than I will taking a phone that's not being used anymore and making it into a handheld Dreamcast. That's just as fun to me. And for my money, not using AI to help you do this anymore, that's more of an accomplishment than me hunting down a game. I know people don't like it, but too fucking bad. I'm looking at one right now. I have a portable Dreamcast and PS1. Downstairs, I have a portable GameCube. I have a portable PS2. These are what I like. This is what I like to do. I guess you would say is my hobby. I have a lot of stuff that I don't show on this channel because it's not it's bad enough that I'm demonetized and my results are pushed down. But I can't come on here and just be like, hey, look at all this illegal stuff. Even though I'm talking about it right now. That's more of my hobby. Building arcade machines, hacking arcade machines, upgrading people's arcade machines. I made money doing that through COVID. I built mini consoles because all I had to do every time one of these mini consoles I'm pointing at, oh, you can't see it, but I'm pointing at the Super Nintendo Classic, Nintendo Classic, and the PS1 Classic. I buy those, I have those, and I hack those almost immediately. I see what people wanted out of it. I see that people have to stay home during COVID. And I said, guess what? I'll make you a console that has all of that in it and more. And I'll sell it to you for $350, and people bought them. So I'm part of the problem when it comes to the physical media because of how much I actually buy digitally. But I do like to bear in mind that if it's a AAA game, I buy it. If it's the game that I really want, I buy a physical copy. I like having the digital option because now I don't have to open the physical copy, and now I have an untouched, perfect condition game. Either I want to sell it, want to give it to my kids, they can fucking sell it when I die. I won't care because I won't be here anymore, but it'll be worth something. It'll be worth more than it is now. But a lot of the games that I do buy physical ones are the ones that I can't get a physical copy of, and they come out on a limited run. I understand why they would stop making it, because here's a good case in point. Where is it? Oh, come on. I have a game that I bought right here. It's not a limited run. It was printed. I don't know anybody else who bought this. I don't know a fucking soul who bought this. I don't know anyone in person. I don't know anyone in person who even plays that. So yeah, if you were to fucking print 1 million copies of that, that would be stupid. That would be wasteful. That would be pointless. That would be E.T. on Atari. So I do understand that the games that they print are rare, but the fact that gamers don't want to blame themselves, be like, they're not saying that digital is a viable option for no reason. It's making more money than the physical market, and it is. So gamers are to blame for this. Corporations are to blame for this. But this is just the way it is. And this is how it went for PC. I watched it happen. It's sad. I watched it happen. But it just became normal. And I know people don't want to hear that, but this is going to become normal. There's nothing you can do about it. I can't even break 1,000 views on a video that's not a short anymore. What the fuck am I going to do about it? You know what I mean? I have a treasure trove of fucking stuff in my house that if anyone was actually paying attention to, I'd be in a lot of trouble. I'd be in a lot of trouble. But it's like, nobody cares. So what are you going to do about it? That's essentially what the companies are doing right now. It's be like, no more physical media. And what are you going to do about it? You're not going to do anything about it. You're going to rely on companies like Limited Run, and then people like me are still going to buy the games. But I think I said this in the last video where I was kind of prepping up to this one. I'm not going to spend $300 on a game. I'm not going to do that. I think you're batshit fucking crazy if you do that. If people stop buying games at $300, that game wouldn't sell for $300. Yeah. I don't know. I think it's a bunch of greedy people that came in, and like, I was having fun collecting and doing videos here for a while, listening to the people's suggestions, and then going back and buying the game. Here's a good reason why I did that, even though emulation is always a thing. If I didn't go and buy the game, some people might have this. This is another problem with digital ownership. If I didn't physically go and buy it, I have less of an appreciation for it, and the likelihood of me finishing it is questionable at best. If I got a game on Game Pass, unless it's something I was really looking forward to and was going to buy anyway, I probably don't finish it. If I get it for free, I don't finish it. I put 40 games on my Dreamcast I made over the last couple days, and I think I played like 5 minutes of each game just to make sure that it's running and good. I won't play them. I didn't pay for it. So that's why whenever I was doing suggestions or whatever from you guys, and the one I think it was from Ball and Nick, which is Guardian Legend, because that was one of the more pricey NES games I bought at the time, I had more of an appreciation for it. I sat down and played it for an hour before I did a video. Or no, I did a video, and then I sat down and played it for an hour. I think I did another video, because I did a video of me getting it and then playing it for the first time. And I have way more appreciation when I buy a game, but I'm not going to have appreciation for a $300 fucking game like when someone bought my Rule of Rose. I wouldn't want to put that in a console. I wouldn't want to take that out of the case after what happened to Doom, so therefore you're not really going to be able to enjoy it. It's just a piece for people to come and look at. But if you're not doing shit on YouTube, who am I going to show it to? No one's allowed in my house. My video game collection? You think I want my friends' kids in my house? No. I'll go take you anywhere you want. Stay away from stay away from my house. But that's where it's at the point. It's like I don't think I care as much as everybody else. You guys think you don't own your digital library, but you do. You know, digital ownership, as long as you can still download, is okay. It's when you start paying for your games that you can only access through cloud, then we have a problem. And that's where it's going. That's the actual scary part. And I don't know enough about it to talk about it, but it's very obvious that that's what's going to happen. Games are getting bigger. The storage is expensive. There's a chip shortage every fucking 2-3 years. They're going to eventually move it all to cloud. You're going to be paying for data like it's a fucking utility. That's happening. I know that's going to happen. The world's getting scary, and there's a lot more pressing issues than our physical media getting taken away. This is just one facet of what's fucking going on in the world. It sucks, but it gives me pause every time I want to sell my collection, because it's just making what I already own go up, up, and up. But I also don't want to be like, well, I'll just sell games because they're expensive, because then I'm helping keep them up. But now that somebody says, a company comes out and says, oh, it's fucking going to be digital only, and Xbox pretty much already does that. There's very few and far between physical copies. A lot of their first-party games you can't even fucking buy a physical copy of. That's why I had to buy Gears of War on PS5 so I could get a physical copy of it, because they gave it to me free digitally because I already owned Reloaded. Right? Or Ultimate. Gears Ultimate. Whatever. I don't know, man. If I collect now, it's like I went to GameStop and bought some games because they sell classic games. It's just a couple things that I saw there, but again, I'm not gonna break the bank to buy a fucking cartridge, especially when I'm at the point in my life, I'm knowledgeable enough that if I wanted to make a repro cartridge, I could. If I wanted to make flash cartridge, I could. So that's kind of the way I lean. I know that's unpopular, guys. Sorry if that's disappointing, but I don't fucking care. Thank you for watching.